Yeah, just read it as it says. Zepeda. So Zepeda. What? Mexican. Mic check. All right, going live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, United States of America, for the Night Shift Racing League 150. It's going to be a great race today. A lot of competitors, more than we expected, which is great. Good turnout today. A quick look at our playoff leaderboards here. All our race winners are in yellow, and they have locked in a playoff spot. 6th, 7th, and 8th are still up for grabs. Stephen Copeland in 8th place, taking up the last position of the playoffs. He hopes to have a good finish today. Steve Copeland did run a qualifying lap, and his lap is 19.748, so he will be leading this race. Let's look at the starting grid today. Stephen Copeland in the 9 car will be starting first, George Oliver in second. Rooster Bighorn Rodin. His name is Justin, actually. He'll be starting in third in the second row. And then we'll continue with Dave Hunt in fourth. Nick Miller in the third row. Fifth place. He does have 2 wins. Unfortunately, he has missed too many races, so he is ineligible for the playoffs. But he is a good candidate to be another winner. Carl Schaff rounding up the 6th place for the third row. As everyone starts to grid up here for the start of this race. This is a dirt oval configuration, 0.44 miles in track length. It's got 4 turns, 2 turns per corner. Track elevation is just less than 1,000 feet. Track temperature today is 83 degrees. That should be good. Should harden up as these trucks start passing by. Weather today, it is the summer. And the fireworks are going off here at Eldora. One lap till we go to green. We're going green now. Stephen Copeland still leads them, coming out of turn 4, and a great first lap for everyone. We need to see what happened with Nick Miller. Let's look at the instant replay. Looks like he was just on the low side. Got a little loose. No, he got hit by the 53 car that spun him out. 53 of Dave Hunt got into him. And that brings out our first caution of the race. Dave Hunt with a lot of damage. His engine is smoking. I expect him to come into the pits this time by. All right, a quick A quick update here. I just got word that Dave Hunt has 44 minutes of repair. This most likely will take him out of the race on lap 2. We're about to go green again. Stephen Copeland leads him off. Gotta look at the back, make sure everyone's okay, as I am also race control. Let's go back to the leaders. Quick look at 7th. And they're hitting. We continue to stay green. Still green. Going back to our leaders now. It's still a battle for first between Rooster Roden, who's now on the high side trying to take the lead. And Rooster takes the lead coming out of the corner. Beautiful racing. If we look back at 5th place with Justin Guthrie, giggles. But no one has ever heard him giggle. Looking at 10th place of Chris Matthews. And going back to our leader, Rooster. Rooster just taking a big lead now. He has almost 2 seconds on George Oliver. George Oliver, he's doing really good. He practiced on the first practice, on the second practice, and the final practice. All that practice is now paying off as we see him in 2nd place. Stephen Copeland, our pole sitter, has dropped down to 3rd place. He's battling a little slower car, slower truck, but he is maintaining it straight and keeping it from being wrecked. As we see Will Roberts spin, let's look at that instant replay. He went to the corner a little hot, hits the wall, tries to correct, overcorrects, and spins out. Unfortunately, he takes the 88 car of Nick Miller for some damage. Lap 14 out of 150. All right, the pace car lights are off. should be going green this time by. Green flag, it drops back at Eldora. Rooster takes a commanding lead up in the high side. As they're 3 wide and parts in the back. Rooster gets tagged. 3 wide for the lead. These trucks are sliding everywhere and they're banging everywhere. Oh, Nick Miller. Almost being involved in another one. But he continues to keep it straight. Look at the trucks in the back. Playing it slow. Nice and even. Nice and easy. As the 53 truck with some damage comes back out, but he is awfully slow. Dave Hunt is struggling. Keeps it low. Look at Kyle Westwood. He did cause some damage here to his truck. Let's look at the replay real quick. He went high, he lost it, and had to gain back control. All right, back live. Looking back at our leaders, big lead. Look at Rooster Roden. He's led 14 laps. He's starting 3rd. He's currently in 1st place. He was the leader in all our practices, so not surprised to see him here in the front. Justin Guthrie Giggles doing an impressive run now in 2nd. Started 15th. That's 13 lead, for 13 changes. Spot changes. Good for him. We're looking here at the back of the pack as they are going much slower as they try to keep it straight. This is a tough racetrack. 87 truck almost loses it. The 87 of Kyle Mayer. Quick look at our leaders as they are coming up. They're in the same straight as the tail end of the lead lap. Got to check what happened with Carl. So he's running here. He goes up high. And Kyle Westwood bumps him into the inside wall. Going back live now. Rooster Roden passing the lap cars. Tail end of the lead lap. He's now in lap traffic. He is in some big traffic here. We are still green as these guys are sliding, but because they are not impeding the traffic, we continue to stay green. mess. Big mess here with this lap traffic. As Rooster in the 2 car is just trying to get through. Giggles of Justin Guthrie has taken the lead. With that lap traffic, Rooster did lose the lead, and now he's trying to fight it back. We go back to Nick Miller in 3rd. He's been involved, I believe, in 2 wrecks. Look at him go in 3rd. Kyle Mayer a lap down in 11th. Cameron McDonald is 1 lap behind in 10th spot. So let's look at everyone here. Rooster Roden in 1st. We have Justin Guthrie in 2nd. Nick Miller in 3rd. Will Roberts in 4th. 5 to go to the end of the stage at lap 40. We go to George Oliver in 5th, as he is high. Ryan Perry in 6th. Stephen Copeland in 7th. Chris Matthews in 8th. Kyle Westwood in 9th. And Cameron McDonald rounds out the top 10. Two laps to go to the end of the stage. We're now in lap 38 at a 150. Lap 40 is the end of stage 1, as it's now heating up for the battle for the lead. Nick Miller up in the wall in 3rd. White flag, the leader now starts the last lap. Leader passes the finish line, but we stay green, waiting for Cameron McDonald in 10th place. Cameron McDonald, 10th place. This is our top 10. Alright, we just continued with the yellow as we were trying to get everything organized. But now that everything is organized, we are going green. And the green flag is back out at Eldora. Nick Miller takes the lead going into one. As we have Will Roberts fighting down low. Kyle Mayer in the back, and Nick Miller. Kyle Mayer does lead this pack on incident points. He now has 12. There is no limit on our incident points, because if we had at 17, he would be only 5 away from being disqualified. We have now had 4 cautions. Caution laps have been for 12 laps. There's been 5 lead changes. Fastest lap of the race of a 19.587 made by Justin Guthrie in the 18 car. Back at green flag at Eldora, lap 50 of 150 as they race in stage 2. Staying green. Look at our blimp view here. Green flag here, left 55 on 150. Will Roberts took a commanding lead, so now we look at the back of the pack. Going back all the way to 7th with Nick Miller. They're 3 wide. What a crazy wreck there. 62 got pinched with Nick Miller on the outside wall and caused that wreck. Brian Perry most likely might be out of this race by him getting airborne. Green flag drops again. Okay, everyone, the end of stage 2 will be at lap 90. Will Roberts keeps taking commanding leads. If you look back at Rooster Roden, Big Corn, he's in 5th, battling. Ever since he lost the lead, he has been here in the pack and been struggling to get back to the front. The high side is now starting to get a black groove of the rubber up on the high side. It was the color of the low side at the beginning of the race, but now with the groove that's being created, it is now turning darker. Let's look at the cockpit view of Will Roberts, our leader. See how much he's turning that wheel. Looks like he's everywhere, but he's able to keep it straight with all that wheel spin. Look at that. That is amazing. I could never do something like that. That's why I'm sitting up here in the booth. Justin Guthrie's view in second. Nick Miller in third. Rooster Roden in fourth. And Stephen Copeland rounds out your top 5. Going back to 8th place of George Oliver. 9th place of Cameron McDonald. They are in the back, as from 10th place on, they are on the pits. From 10th place back. Justin Guthrie is about 5 seconds back from the lead. Nick Miller is 5 seconds. Rooster in 4th, and Stephen Copeland 12 seconds behind. Kyle Westwood has finished his required repairs, but he cannot get his truck back started. There's a lot more damage in that truck than it is describing. Battle here for second. You got Nick Miller in second, followed by Justin Guthrie. And Cameron McDonald's in 3 is a lap down car. Because all these trucks are just in the wall constantly. It's beautiful. Look at the leader, Will Roberts. He's just coasting through, but he is catching up to lap traffic. This did prove as a problem for Rooster, as there was just slow cars up high for Rooster with the lap traffic that the caution had to come out. Again, the stage end is at lap 90. We're lap 77 of 150. About 13 to go to the end of stage 2. Our leader in incident points is Kyle Mayer in the 87 truck. Cameron McDonald does get the wave around. He's now racing back to the front. here at Matthew Clark in the 97 truck. If he continues, we look back at our leader now, Will Roberts, as we go back to green. Lap 82 of 150. Lap 90 is the end of the stage, so 8 laps to go. Rooster Rodin has battled back to second. As the battle for third continues, Kyle Mayer drops down to fourth as he loses another spot. He's battling a loose race truck. Down at the bottom for Kyle Mayer. The 9 car of Stephen Copeland going for the pass up high. Kyle Mayer started in second and he has now dropped to 8th place. Matt Clark has now moved to 10th spot. As Will Roberts is just taking a commanding lead, the battle for second is heating up. Direction of battle for third with Giggles and Nick Miller. Continuing here with Will Roberts as he continues to lead. We're now lap 87 of 90. Right now, I want to give a shout out to Will Roberts. He has helped out a lot with these broadcasts, teaching us and giving us some insight on better things to do for the broadcast. This is the second broadcast that has ever been done for Night Shift Racing League, so it's the learning curve is just increasing more and more as we keep getting better and better. Hopefully one day they can kick out this commentator and put a better one, as this one can barely speak English. That is the end of stage 2 now. We are currently trying to find who was stuck in the wall on the last lap. We just cannot find it. We do not have the Alright, there was a wrecked vehicle in the backstretch that caused decaution on the lap 89. We do not have any video on that wreck. But with that caution, it is the end of Stage 2. Stage 2 winner, Will Roberts. Rooster Roden is in second. Nick Miller in third. Justin Guthrie in fourth. And Stephen Copeland round out the top 5. About to go green for Stage 3. Stage 3 has started as we're now in green flag as the leader's in the wall. Opens up the door for Nick Miller. He might be trying to look up high. The leader in the wall again. As in a tight battle for the top 5 positions here. Great job on these guys. Spinning in the back. Brewster maybe lost a spot there. Justin Guthrie right behind him. Stephen Copeland. And the 111 of George Oliver, he has been in every single practice, so he really knows how to run this racetrack. These trucks keep talking about fuel. They all seem to be running out of gas. They will not be making it to the end. This is going to be a fuel mileage race. At what point will these trucks pit? We've now had 9 cautions, total of 30 laps, 7 lead lap changes. And Will Roberts has the fastest lap of 19.586. It used to be Justin Guthrie of 19.587, but Will Roberts now has the fastest lap. Good for him. Green flag. Green flag now as Will Roberts takes him to the lead. Back to the back here with Cameron McDonald, making sure he's okay, not causing any more trouble, not causing any more wrecks. Surprisingly, he only has 4 incident points. Good for him. Battle for the lead with Will Roberts and Nick Miller, as Nick Miller is 0.4 seconds back. Going back to third and fourth place. Justin Guthrie in fourth in that interstate truck. Trying to keep pace with Rooster, Big Corn, Roden. Stephen Copeland in sixth place. These points should help him try to solidify his 8th spot in the points, his last and final spot for the playoffs. George Oliver racing today keeps his hopes alive for the playoffs as he's still eligible. Alright, a quick look again at our playoff leaderboards after Bristol. We are now at Eldora. Stephen Copeland, who's currently running in 6th place. Roy Crocker, I believe, is not racing today. Dave Hunt, with a lot of damage, has been out. He's currently shown in 13th spot, 80 laps down, still on pit road, and he has called it a day. So that should really hurt his chances for the top 8. Cameron McDonald, currently shown in 7th spot, 1 lap down. He's doing a great job. Justin Roden, currently in 3rd spot. This should help him move up to the top. Brian Perry, currently in 11th spot, 24 laps down. I don't know if that will help him or not, but we will have to see at the end of the race how the points turn out. We are now in lap 111, 112 of 150. Will Roberts still leads it and has a gap of half a second. And that half a second has dropped now. He only has a lead of 0.3. Car of Stephen Stephen Copeland getting another lap down. He's now shown 1 lap down, first car lap down. Going back to Cameron McDonald. He's currently the last car in front of the leader. Currently showing 1 lap down, almost about to go 2 laps down. Chris Matthews in 92 truck. Haven't talked a lot about him, but he just goes another lap down as the leaders pass him up high. The battle for the lead is heating up. Will Roberts is still in first. Nick Miller was getting up close there, but a little bit of damage and a little bit of getting loose caused him to go back to 0.7 of a second. Wouldn't be surprised if he catches back up. Nick Miller does have a fast truck, but he's proving me wrong as he is now in the wall. Still in the wall. Our leader is Kyle Mayer in incident points, followed by our 2nd place truck of Nick Miller. Our leader, Will Roberts, has 14 incident points. The lowest is Dave Hunt, who is out of the race. So let's go with on track. It's tied with Brian Perry, Cameron McDonald, and Chris Matthews for 4 incident points each, as the leader is now reaching lap traffic. caution came out as the 62 truck of Brian Perry was starting to block the second place car, and that's why the caution came out. As you can see, he's just loose. Nick Miller trying to take evasive action, and that just brought out the caution. Maybe not a whole lot of damage there for those trucks, but he was in the middle of the groove, and that's what caused out the caution. We go back live now to our leader, Will Roberts. The question is, will they pit? Lap 121 of 150, will they pit? Who will pit in this race? Nick Miller's truck is filled with mud in the front, as I think he will be coming into the pits. Let's see who comes into the pits. Any takers? No takers. All right, Chris Matthews is back on the lead lap. That's Chris Matthews now in 6th place. The last car in the lead lap. Stephen Copeland, first one a lap down in the 9. And Cameron McDonald, the second car lap down in 8th. Our next car would be Matt Clark. He is 25 laps down. Currently shown in the 9th position. As we go back green, Nick Miller in the lead and a huge wreck. Oh my God, huge wreck in the back. Huge wreck involving a lot of people. Let's try to sort out what happened here. It was Rooster Roden down low in the 2 car. He gets clipped by the 14, causing him to go up high, and gets airborne. Rooster Roden trying to get into the playoffs, same as Stephen Copeland, they're both involved. Will Roberts from the booth, how much gas you got left? Not much gas, thank you. As we're about to go green with these dirty trucks. Nick Miller takes them to the green flag. at the cars in the back. Trying to make sure we stay green. Let's go to 5th place with Brewster as he tries to pass down low. And he gets a couple spots off of that. Good job for him. As racing is now heating up. 3 wide, going into turn 3. As a battle for these points, for the playoffs, for a win. Keeps improving. Going back to our leader, Nick Miller. He's now have a commanding 1 second lead over the 1:11 of George Oliver. George Oliver did practice on first practice, on second practice, and on final practice. And with all that practicing, it is now paying off, as we now see him in 2nd place. Will Roberts in 3rd. I believe he is ineligible for the playoffs, as he has missed too many races. But we're so glad to see him here running. Brewster Roden, even though he did get airborne, he is now in staying green. Will Roberts is struggling to get back. Will Roberts, there he goes. As the leader is coming up to him. George Oliver in 2nd. Then we continue with Brewster Roden. Let's see where the 14 truck is. Still in front of the leader. Will Roberts is trying his hardest to stay on the lead lap, as we are now 135 of 150. All right, Will Roberts, being a nice guy, he decided to disappear to withdraw from the race in order to keep the 88 truck from getting damaged and maybe even losing the lead. Lap 140 of 150, 10 to go. 10 to go in this race. As Nick Miller, who has already won twice, is trying to look for his 3rd win. I believe out of the 4 races, correction, out of the 3 races he has been in, he has won 2. So out of the 4 races that he's going to be racing in, or that he has raced at, he has a potential to have won 3. That is very, very good racing on his part. Rooster Rodin in second. He's 2 seconds behind the leader. And here we show you the top 5. We have Nick Miller in first, Rooster Rodin in second, George Oliver in third, Chris Matthews in fourth, and 5th place of Cameron McDonald. Cameron McDonald in 5th place. That is a shocker. The guy's usually out of the race by now, but he's still leading this pack with 4 incident points. Him and Chris Matthews are the only 2 trucks with 4 incident points. They have been the cleanest in this race. Five laps to go. 5 laps to go here. As we take a look at our blimp view with Nick Miller. 5 laps in this great race. Nick Miller, who started in 5th, is currently in first. His fastest lap of 19.655. And the fastest lap of the race has been by Will Roberts of a 19.586. His last lap, over 20 seconds. He has improved 4 spots. We now only have about 5 trucks on the lead lap. We look at Nick Miller here with 2 laps to go. Final lap. Final lap at Eldora Speedway. The white flag is up. Nick Miller finishes the race in first. Congratulations, Nick Miller. Rooster Rodin in second. George Oliver in third, Chris Matthews in fourth, and Cameron McDonald rounds off the top 5. Lap down cars, 6th place is Stephen Copeland, Will Roberts in 7th, Justin Guthrie in 8th. As now the fireworks are going out here at Eldora. Let's look at Nick Miller trying to do his burnout. Don't really know what kind of burnout you can do with dirt, but he's making it work. Again, here are the results. Nick Miller in first, Rooster Rodin in second, George Oliver in third, Chris Matthews in fourth, Cameron McDonald in fifth. Only 5 cars in the lead lap, for a great race at Eldora. So it's really interesting race. We look at the rest of the cars here. Trucks, correction trucks. Kyle Mayer, Dave Hunt, Kyle Westwood with that big damage. Dave Hunt, I believe he got airborne at some point. And my name there in 15th. But my name is in there just because I'm here as a broadcaster. Pit stops, pit stop times. Quick little race summary, 150 laps. There was 8 lead changes, 12 cautions for about 40 laps. The weather only dropped 1 degree. We did start the race at 83 and it dropped to 82 at the end of the race. Again, that was the Night Shift Racing League. The Night Shift Racing League 150 at Eldora Speedway. Thank you all for watching. My name is Miguel Cepeda. I am the temporary broadcaster. One day I'll get fired. And then I'll go do something else. But we'll see you next week for another Night Shift Racing League race. Have a great day. Or a great night for some of you. It is now about 10 a.m. here at Arizona, where I live. So thank you, everyone. Have a good night.